everybody, it's Carol Billing. I've got some content ready for you. I hope you enjoyed your days off. Again, I'm so sorry. But I am going to sit here and build out content so that you are taken care of, and my goal is to get it through Thanksgiving. It's a pretty big goal for this morning, but I'm really very determined because I'm really struggling. I can't stand being behind. All right, so disclaimer out of the way. I do have your next week's worth of work. I know that I lost a week, 5 days for you, so I've simplified the assignment. You have 3 modules in Word. This is really more of a review. They're actually all very much review. I think majority, I would say 90% of the skills you already have in Word. So it's really just picking up any deficits you have, any holes in your knowledge of basic introduction to Word. And then your assignment is to create a first week welcome letter to parents, and then you're going to embed that in Weebly, and you're also going to shoot a little hello video to parents. And I'll talk more about those assignments when we look at them in Blackboard. But in short, this I would estimate each module takes no more than an hour, so please time yourself and don't. If you're spending more time, you're doing too much. Reading and the reading part. So, read this, but if you know how to do something, don't spend a lot of time reading that part of the chapter. Just review the TOC and go through the parts that you don't know or maybe you feel like you could brush up on. Then watch the video, which is roughly 7 minutes, and then complete the SAM training, because the learning or the skills you're really going to review in that SAM training, which is why I've assigned it. I didn't assign any of the projects or exams on any of these 3 because I feel like it's pretty much review. And I'm also looking at how much time you have this weekend, next week, and the following weekend. So I'm trying to keep it a reasonable amount of time of work. Okay, so roughly about 3 hours to review these, about an hour on the welcome letter, maybe 2 hours if you have never written one. I'm assuming most of you probably have it from another assignment on a course. And I'm also encouraging you to go on the internet and look at sample welcome letters, because there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. If you find a great one, I wouldn't say copy it, but I would say it may influence the letter you create. And then I have more details about this in Blackboard. And then lastly, on this welcome video, it is like a minute or 2 minutes where you just say hello to your parents. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm going to send a welcome letter home with my contact information, and I will see you all at back to school night. That's really how simple it can be. And this video I want you to shoot it 1 time and then go with that. And then I know really if I say that, you're going to shoot it like 3 times, and that's fine. But literally no more than 20 minutes shooting this video. Do not obsess about it. It's not the final one. It is a practice. And when you are shooting the real one, you're going to have specific things you want to say, but you still want to keep it really short because you don't want to lose your parents. If you think kids have a short attention span, wait till you meet the parents. Anyway, my job in this class is to get your technical skills, not obsess about hello video content or angles or lighting or any of that kind of stuff. I want you to be able to shoot it and embed it in your web page. And the reason I have you build this Weebly, and I just dealt with this with my kids' teachers, is that when you create a Weebly and you control the content, if the district changes what grading system they want to use, what LMS, they go from PowerSchool to Portal Plus to Blackboard to whatever, they can do all of that, but your Weebly and this content you're creating is yours and you control it. And so you'll start to see that is really important, because you can't control what the district does, but you can create a Weebly where your stuff that you use every year is always there and doesn't require you to recreate it or re-embed it or relink it or whatever every time the district decides to change something. So I really feel for my kids' teachers, because they spent all this time the last 2 years learning PowerSchool and embedding assignments in that, and now they're changing to Portal Plus, which is fine and great, except they're having to relearn a whole new way to communicate with parents. And so I want you to have your own way to do that. So that's why I push creating your own Weebly or Wix or whichever system you use. I just use Weebly because I think it's easier. But I'm also hearing that Wix is good, and I honestly do not have a preference on where you want to build your website. It's completely up to you. I just suggest Weebly because I think it's easy. All right, so that is this week, 2 weekends, 1 week worth of work. I'm hoping it's about 6 hours. So if you break it up, it's like 3 and 3. Because I don't know what your weeks are like. Like, I can't, when I was in school online, I did not have time during the week to do my schoolwork. My schoolwork was always on the weekends. So I'm hoping this is a reasonable amount of time of work for the time, because you lost this week because I didn't have it up, and I'm sorry. Okay. I am, however, going to keep working this morning and build out your next module. Do not freak out about this. There are 11 modules in Word total. I don't know if we're going to do them all. I haven't looked at them yet. There may be skills in there I don't feel are needed, or if you do need them, it's going to be very limited application, and it's kind of something you'll probably want to refresh if you need it anyway. So anyway, I put everything in there because that's what's available. I'm not 100% guaranteed that we're going to do it all or whatever. Anyway, you also have 2 weeks on this in this second part of Word. Now with this setup, I've got a 3-week block here for Excel, which I'm not excited about because I feel like that's giving you rope to hang yourself. But I don't know. I don't know. Let me go through that content and I'll figure out if we need to change something. We might change and have deep sigh. I might have to move this to make it optional, so I'll put the content out there so you can look at it in MindTap, but not have it be required. If you have a thought on that, I'm open to suggestion. So more time on Excel, giving you 5 weeks on Excel, and then 2 weeks after Thanksgiving on Access, and then just having the Outlook, Publisher, OneNote, OneDrive, and Google App stuff available for you to look at. Maybe you look at that during Thanksgiving if you want. I know I really want you to have a break on Thanksgiving because you need like mentally a break, and I think a lot of teachers don't do that. So I'm sort of struggling with that. I don't feel like 3 weeks on Excel is enough, and it's really due to my slow startup, and not really having things together the first 2 weeks. I mean, we lost the first 2 weeks. Essentially, that's what it is. All right, so the more I think about this, the more I think I'm going to need to do Excel here. Okay, we're just going to make a command decision. You guys let me know if you are adamantly against this, but I feel like this is probably where it needs to be. And I'm going to open this early so you can work on it on Thanksgiving, and then I'm going to move this to be, I'll open it this week, but there won't be any assignments because it's finals week, and I know you're busy and you're burned out anyway. Maybe I can also leave this open over break, and then after you're done with finals, you might want to look at it. That might be reaching, like, no way, we're not going to look at anything with finals. It's over. I hear you. Okay. And this one will be Module 8. All right. That is the calendar. Let me take a look at what else I have here. All right, so going back to the home page here, which it should be, I don't know where you link from, but okay, where's my link? Here it is. Sorry. Okay, computer applications, and then I've got Module 3 up here. And this has really turned out to be just sort of a guide into what to cover. And I've pretty much already said all of this, so you can read through that. But it's a sort of a backup, as if you're coming to class and I'm instructing you. All right, looking at MindTap, you've done 1 through 3, and so you're on 4. And the first section here is all introductory, and this is what we're going to cover in this weekend, next week, and next weekend. And so in each one, I've left the the text overview, the 7-minute video, and then the training assignment. And these are all the things I didn't assign. So you're welcome. But I didn't think they were applicable. And I mean, they're great, but it's not really the point of the class. So let's see. There we go. Okay, so all of those are set up exactly the same. And then these are the ones we have to look at for the next block, which I will do this morning. I know, shocking. I might actually get ahead. Don't fall down and surprise. Okay, here's your Blackboard. I added the Mind Tap here because the first thing that happened to me this morning, I was like, how do I get to Mind Tap? I don't even remember. And then I think, if I'm doing that, so are my students. Here's I added a button to Task Stream, which we'll deal with that later. I have to set that up. I have to see what the signature assignments are in there. And then here's your assignments. And so you only have one, this module right here. So this is first week welcome letter to parents. Here are the goals. So your goals of the letter, these are the goals I came up with. You can have more goals, but and your goals might change a little bit when you have your classroom. But basically it's introduction to the class, introduction to you, introduction to how you teach. It's important to communicate anything unique about your class. So, and when I taught, I gave progress reports every Thursday. No, I gave progress reports every Friday. I prepped them Thursday afternoon. I stayed late. And then Friday, every kid got a progress report that their parents had to sign over the weekend and bring back Monday. And this was awesome because number one, my grading was current every single week because I stayed Thursday, I graded whatever needed to be graded, and I got those grades current. And it once the parents knew they were getting a progress report from me every Thursday, they looked for it. And then when I got their second and third kids, they were totally dialed into how my system worked in my class. And it saved me so many times because I would have a kid fail. And then, it's like 2 weeks left in the semester. And I'd call the parents and I would say, your child's failing. I need you to come in and having a meeting. And they had no idea because their kid was signing the progress report every week. Because maybe they didn't get the memo that I did progress reports every week. And so anyway, needless to say, the next semester, their kid usually did fine. And always the signature on that progress report changed. So whatever system you're going to use or anything unique you're going to do in your class, I would explain that in your welcome letter. And I would keep those unique features down to like 1, 2, or 3 things because you just can't remember. Parents are overwhelmed the first couple weeks of school, especially when they are first-time parents in whatever school you're teaching, like freshman parents, and it's their oldest child or their only child. They need a lot more hand-holding, and they are overwhelmed by everything, more so than your veteran parents. I would even go so far as to make calls to any first-time parents just to get them, make sure they understand what's going on. And those of you who are parents, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like I've been to kindergarten like 4 times, and I'm entering my, 3rd and 4th year of 3rd grade currently. It's just about killing me. Anyway, okay. Define your preferred methods of contact. I think this is really important because as a teacher, I had certain ways I wanted them to contact me, and I don't want phone calls at 10 o'clock. Emails are fine any time of day because I can ignore those when it's 10 o'clock at night. But so you need to really define that early on. And then as a parent, I want to know which way the teacher wants to be contacted because I don't want to irritate the teacher because I need that teacher to support my kid. So it's really important to define that early on and then start on a positive note. I can't say this enough because you're going to probably call most parents on a negative note later. So start it off positive. All right. And then here, this is more of the technical expectations of what I expect the assignment to look like. All right. I'm just about out of time, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Email or box me with any questions you have, but I think you're good to go. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry this ran so long. We'll see you soon.